Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Artisans. We have been doing these puzzles now that have polyominoes in them that tell us which way or what shape the thing that's in it is. Let's see. So this shape I see goes at least 2 in each dimension. This is now the 2-dimension. It's 5 wide, so it always extends at least that far and at least that far. Good. Okay, so this one is triomino, so it looks like that, and it's done. There's a domino and a domino. We don't have a shape bank here, so we have to be a little bit careful. This green can't go that way, so it goes that way. Okay, so this is going to get pushed over here, I guess, later once I examine what I am allowed to do over here. Let's see. I can draw that line. This is certainly going... right. That's the point. This yellow has gotten pushed 1 to the right, because now I can't extend 2 to the left. I can only extend 1 to the left. So now this is yellow, which then tells me what this is. Which then tells me what this is, and what that is, what that is, and now what that is. And now that tells me that yellow extends over here. And so now, could do this in orange, and then, can fill in the rest of this. Good. A lot of squares. Let's see. We know as soon as that's part of a square that it contains those 2 cells. As soon as this is part of a square, it contains those 2. And not that one. This one, as soon as it's part of a square, we know it contains those 2. And now it doesn't contain that one, so that actually restrains it. This now can only be part of the red square. This now... is part of that square. This can no longer be part of the square, so we get a square like that, which now forces that like that. This can now only be part of the orange square. This can't be part of that square, so this is a purple square. And then we can fill in one of those. We'll fill in the rest of that with some teal. Let's see. Okay, well, this now, by being a 3x4 grid, goes at least 3 in the direction that it goes. Could do that here as well. This one, in fact, we know sort of drops off. This is a 3x3, which lives between these, so it always goes to those 2 cells at least, regardless of which direction it ends up going. And actually, if I fill in this, which I had not fully appreciated, well, this now is horizontal and not vertical, I guess is the point I am trying to make, is that this... extends at least this far in this direction, which pushes this all the way up here, and this can't go left because it couldn't actually incorporate that shape. Okay, this now has to extend as far as it can in each direction, because it's now, the 4-dimension is horizontal. And is now that shape exactly. This now is taking exactly the cells that it needs to in order to fill. That one the same. This one also the same. It can't possibly take that cell, nor is that one part of the square. This one is just a extra cell. Okay, so that makes that orange, which makes that purple. Now that is yellow, and let's make everything else dark blue. There we go. Very nice. I really like the clearly very conscious putting logical solve paths in these puzzles. None of these puzzles, with maybe the exception of a couple of the ones that I have felt like I missed the point, all the others have really felt like they had a very intentionally crafted solve. Okay. Here, every cell is part of one of these. Is that true? Let's see. These are all 6 ominoes. Yep, okay. So every cell is part of something. So we could probably attempt to do this by asking what something cells are parts of. Actually, here's a much easier thing. This is 5 wide, so therefore it's got to be going horizontally and not vertically. Now, if I try and make this the 1, then it looks like that and cuts off these cells. So we're not doing that. So this is part of a 5 wide thing, which means no matter which direction it goes, it always takes all of those. These are never going to be the center of it. Okay, and now this is 4 wide. And it only has 3 vertically. It's got to be going horizontally. And again, if I try and put the 2 side up here... I want to argue something, but I don't think I'm quite prepared to argue it. Every cell in this is part of a line of at least length 3. I don't think I'm quite prepared to argue this. Okay, I'm prepared to argue that this cell, since it has to be part of something, is not part of this or this. So therefore it's part of this. That is what I'm prepared to argue. Would really like that to also be green, but what are you going to do? There's no way this cell can be green, right? If this cell was green, it would force this cell to be the sort of hinge, and that doesn't work. So this cell isn't green. It's certainly not red. It's certainly not part of this thing that can't get very far. So it's yellow. It's the same as that one, which is assuredly going to make that also yellow. Okay, so now we have the longer edge on top, which means that this cell isn't yellow, because yellow can't reach it, and so now it's part of this. So all of that's orange. Which now has told me that this is red, because it's not orange anymore, so that's red. Now that's told me this is green. Okay, and now this can't be the 3 long side. It has to be the 4 long side. Which now makes the yellow go over here. That has told me that my orange looks like this, which means my yellow looks like that, and my green looks like that. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, made it through. Is that not on yet? Am I missing some secret hidden puzzle? Like down there? Oh, Lord. I maybe slightly wish I had not found that one. Okay, so that means this has to be going that way. This has to be going that way. I guess this one could go either way, right? What do you want from me now? Oh, you want me to count, don't you? That's very clever. This is a 6x6 grid, so it has 36 cells in it. 36 is a multiple of 3. So that means I need a total, or that means the number of things that aren't part of a triomino is a multiple of 3. Well, there's at least one of them. Therefore, these two also need to not be part of the triominoes, because if they are part of the triominoes, then we don't have a multiple of 3 total number of cells, and 36 is a multiple of 3, so that doesn't work out well. Okay, that was very clever. Which now means that goes up there, means that goes over there. This comes up there. This now can only go up. This goes up. Very nice. Okay. That is one of my favorites so far. That was... let's see, I'm sort of spying down here. We can, of course, go off that path. I was just trying to see if there were any more down here that I was like, I haven't done that one. I haven't done that one. Okay, so everything is part of one of these windows or a bent triomino. Okay, well, this one's definitely part of a bent triomino. Likewise, this one's definitely part of a bent triomino. Therefore, this one is part of a bent triomino, because it would run into that if I tried to make it this 4-high business. And in fact, actually, the only bent triomino it can possibly be is that one. These are all parts of bent triominoes now. Like that, I guess I should pick that one as my particular one that's part of a bent triomino. Oh, maybe I don't know exactly what bent triomino it's part of. I just know it's part of a bent triomino. Okay, this thing, this little ring thing is actually a lot more restricted than it looks. It has to go at least, so it's 4x4 square, I guess, is the thing to think about. It's 4x4 square, can't go only down. Oh, no, that's not true. Sorry, it can if it's there. It certainly can't have that O in it, in its row. So it can't go down 3. It can't go down 1 like this. So basically, it either goes all the way to this row, or it doesn't end in this row. It can't end in this row because that would make this here, or it goes all the way up. But going all the way up doesn't work because that would strand these 3 cells. Because if it goes all the way up, it has to loop around this and strand those 3 cells. So it has to go all the way down. And if we look at what it can do as it goes all the way down, it's going to have to be that shape. Okay, and now red can't go up here because it would create a string of 3 in a row, which is not one of our valid shapes. Okay, so we've got that. Go ahead and fill in that. Fill in that. This now, if I guess if I want to keep this in the logical theme, if I just say this cell's red, none of these 3 can be red, because if any of them are red, I now don't have enough to make something. Uh-oh, I broke it already. How did I break it? It was already broken here? Was my claim that this had to be part of a my claim was the thing I tried to reproduce afterwards, but then turned out yeah, this can actually be part of 2 bent triominos. It can either be that one or it could be that one. But this is part of a bent triomino. And whichever bent triomino it's part of, it doesn't go only down. So it always goes that way. That's always a wall. That may or may not be sufficient to then get that this still has to do the thing we wanted. If it goes all the way up, that breaks this piece. Can't end in this row. Can't end in this row. Can't end in this row. So this is the top of it, and then once this is the top of it, we get that. Does that. Now everything's okay. So the hard deduction wasn't the one that I screwed up. The easier deduction was okay. So doesn't extend left and right. I mean, conveniently, just everything else is a bent triomino. This cell is the point. This cell can't extend this way because it would become yellow and then become too big. So it extends this way, which then completely forces that it looks like this. Okay, and then that just cascades into everything locking into place. I think one thing that I should take away from this game is that if you set your puzzles to not be on a rectangular grid, if you just allow yourself to just throw away tiles, you can get puzzles that are a lot more elegant and really highlight the deductions that you want. Like the particularly, like, these puzzles are, like, most of them are quite snacky, and it's because they're not sort of forcing themselves to fill out the whole grid. Okay, that got us some extras in here. Oh, that's a 6. I'm going to wait to do the 6s until later in my life. Okay. This one seems tricky. Okay, well, if this W doesn't connect down, we're never finishing the W. And the W never has more than 2 cells in a row. Now, if I come over here, I'm definitely not making a W. Now, I can finish the W going only down, but I can't finish the W going only up because it would take that. So at least that is also part of the W. I feel like this, I want to say the only way it fits is that. Is that true? I need to pick a 3x3 to shove it in. And yeah, it can't be this 3x3 because of this shape. Oh, it could also be that. I bet it's going to be that. Okay, well, this Z definitely connects up, because if it doesn't, we again sort of crush the Z into this corner, into this 2x2, which we can't. And now this just has to be part of the spine of the Z, as I always say. So I think now the Z looks like that. And I've already broken it. That can't have been right. How did I screw this up? Okay. Was it not true that the Z had to take this cell? No, I think the Z definitely has to take that cell. Oh, right. Sorry. The Z could go down is the point. I said the Z had to do that, but the Z could do this instead. Okay, now, this shape can no longer come over here like this without forcing this Z to break. So that means I think this now actually has to come across like this. Doesn't quite immediately resolve this Z. I guess it tells me that that's going there. Now this 3 thing definitely goes at least that far over. Now this is an S in a corner, and so what we said last time, I think, although maybe it was even this time, is that when you're an S in a corner, you always take the diagonal space over. Oh, and in this case, there's only actually one way that works, right? Which is that one? I'm now realizing, because it's got to fit in this 2x3, and the 2 ones that fit in this 2x3, that's the only one that works. So now this one, this T is now forced. So now this W is that. This S is now that. This L is now that, which makes this purple look like that. Which then makes this blue Z look like this. And then we can fill in the rest of it like that. Okay. Tricky, but not too bad. Let's see. This is part of a Z, but it's not part of the spine. So that means it's only length 2. So then this has to be the spine. So the Z has to look like that. This is part of a V, which has to be that. let's see. This is part of a T. Everything in a T is part of a length 3 line. And so the only, of course, option is that one, I want to say. Let's see. This is a Y. Has to look like that. Okay. Here's the way to say this. I was trying to think of what's the elegant way to say this. An N is a 4 wide shape. It's certainly not 4 vertically in this case. It has to be 4 horizontally. And the only way it's doing that is if it takes these 3 cells. At the very least. But now I need to actually take that cell, and now the only way to make this an N is that one. Now this is going to have to also be 4 wide, and so, and it can't go down here, so it's going to have to look like that not that exactly. How did I screw this up? Is this... Oh, right, sorry. It's going to have to take that at least, but it could go one back, right? And the reason why I thought I suddenly broken it is because if it does go this far, then it looks like that, and now this P Pentomino isn't happy. So we actually get this. I'm going to give the P Pentomino a nice purple. Then that. Okay. There's another 3 down here. Oh, Lord. We're making the garnets from Genius Game, I guess, is what's happening here. You know, when you do things like this, it's hard for me to not feel like maybe you hate me a little bit. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, so this grid contains 35 squares. This pattern is 17 of them. So there's only 1 G in the grid, because if there were 2 Gs in the grid, there would only be 1 cell left over, provided that I counted correctly that this is 17 squares, and I did. So there's 1 G. So the 1 G contains both of these, so these are the same shape. And of course, these are all part of different shapes. Okay, this G is 5 tall and 5 wide. Okay, and it contains either 2 horizontal or 2 vertical yellow lines that are length 5, that are separated by the thingy thing. So they're separated by 3 cells in between. So can't be that one horizontally, can't be this one horizontally, can't be that one horizontally. Can't be this one horizontally because it's not far enough. Can't be that one horizontally, and so can't be that one horizontally either. So the 2 length 5 yellow lines that are separated by 3 cells in the middle are vertical, not horizontal. And it can't be this column, can't be that column, or this column. So it's got to be this column and this column. Now, we either are stapling on this or this. I'm trying to decide if I know anything horizontally from this. So what's it? Okay, I see the problem. If I make this part of the G, now I've got these 5 cells isolated over here, which I can't possibly break into pairs. So it's these 5, which now for the G part of the G, it has to look like that, which makes me do that. Like that, and now hopefully this will make it around the outside. So go like that, that. Okay, these are going to be purple actually. And that. These going like that. I'm going to make this G a little bit more golden. There we go. Okay, let's see. Oh boy. Okay, so everything in here that's part of one of these shapes is part of a T. And there's 35 cells total. So that means there's 3 cells that are not part of a T. So there's 8 T's. And then 3 of these cells that aren't part of a T. Okay, so that's going to be a little bit tricky to keep track of, but we'll do our best. Oh, actually, this one, the T it's part of is just forced, right? Because I can't take that. Yeah, I think this one just has to look like that. Which I think actually means that this one just has to look like that. This one, blue can't take that cell. Because if blue takes that cell, I've now isolated a cell over here no matter how I do it. So blue doesn't go that way, which then forces blue to look like that. Now green, it's got to do that, which is going to force yellow now to do that. So now orange looks like that, which makes yellow look like that. And now second purple looks like that. And then we have successfully put this together. Okay. That's pretty good. Oh, there's one hiding over here. Sorry, we can do the one hiding over here before we move on to the next episode. Okay, so this one... I really want to say there's only one way I can make this S, but it's not true. It is true that this S always connects this way. Because if it doesn't, then I've got to put too many cells in a row to be part of it. This, I guess, has a couple orientations, but again, it always has to take that cell. This certainly takes that cell. And it can't take this one because then it would become part of that T. So now it's that. I just don't know which of these do. Now I know which S the blue is, because now the S fits in a 2x3. Oh, no, I don't know which S this is yet. Well, now whichever S this is, it assuredly takes that cell. It definitely gets out, and it's just a question of does it finish like that or like that. This L over here, oops, sorry, that was supposed to be red, comes out like this. We know it doesn't take that cell. If it doesn't take this cell, it's done for. This T now has to look exactly like that. Okay, and now that has forced this, which has forced this, which has forced this, which has forced this, which has forced that. Go ahead and make that green, and then we will have finished that one. All right, thank you for joining me on this little journey through this section. Next time, we're going to have a look, I think, at what happens if we go in this direction, where I think we get some mishmash puzzles, I think is what has been foretold by the prophets. So thank you, everyone, for watching, and we'll be back next time. Bye for now.